Hello everyone, my name is Casey, and today we will be doing the Subway Morgue mission. It is the first of the tech missions, so I figured let's talk about tech skills in this video.
Jesus H. Christ. I want to give a big fuck you to whoever sent me this place. It's knee-deep in dead bodies, which means it's drawing cleaners like flies. If I can keep myself from getting fried, I think I can get the power flowing, but that's a big if.
One of our top priorities is securing power. Our best bet for a secure source is a line running through the unfinished Passway project. A small crew under a former combat engineer named Paul Rhodes went in to do the job. They haven't come out, and his comms are offline. Get us that power and recover Rhodes, in that order.
Right, so Faye wants us to save this guy Rhodes, but I mean, he's a pretty big dick, and he doesn't care that you're walking around with more bullets than he has brain cells. He still swears at you and JTF officers. I mean, I don't care how defeated the Joint Task Force is right now. If an unarmed man started yelling at an officer, he would probably, like, pistol whip him in the face, being like, "Motherfucker, you respect me? You respect me!" But yeah, anyway, why don't we talk a little bit about the cleaners? Those are these guys we're fighting right now. They will often be wearing these full body suits, and they have flamethrowers. So you're going to want to try and keep your distance for the most part while you're fighting these guys. But yeah, in the last video I talked about rioters and Rikers. The cleaners are another faction of survivors who are basically radical rioters. And they're led by a man named Joe Farrow. He's a very headstrong kind of guy who believes the only way to stop the spread of the virus is to burn it completely and destroy it. He believes anyone who is infected already cannot be saved or cured, and they must be incinerated immediately. It's not like he's just ordering his own people to go around doing all the killing. He does do some of the killing himself, so that's good, I guess. They're a lot more organized than the normal rioters. If they learn someone is sick and taking refuge somewhere, they tend to surround that area and block all the exits, and they will burn every last thing inside that building, be it living or dead. If the virus was on it, they must burn it. Now, he knows people don't really agree with him right now, but he expects that when he stops the spread of the virus, they will think of him and his cleaners as heroes.
He's got the skills we need, but he's a little eccentric. Which is a nice way of saying he's a paranoid jackass.
Alright, so on to skills. We did have the sticky bomb equipped before, but we did have to change it because of the lack of damage it was doing. Since I have no skill power on this character, some of the skills won't be scaling very hard. Okay, so the first modification you can put on the sticky bomb is called BFB. It increases the damage and explosion radius, and it also has a chance to cause bleeding damage. This is my personal favorite mod because it does so much more damage than the others. I'm not actually sure what it stands for. BFB must stand for, like, bleed fuckers bleed, I don't know. The next mod is the Flashbang mod. It's a non-lethal explosion that causes blindness and disrupts enemy actions, like if they're trying to throw a grenade at you. This will cause them to drop it at their feet. It's a pretty useful skill if you don't have a lot of skill power, since it doesn't actually do a lot of damage regardless. It's a status effect skill. And normally you're limited to 2 flashbang grenades, so this skill can actually help you out a lot in keeping enemies stunned and debuffed for longer without having to waste your limited grenades. And finally we have the Proximity Fuse mod, which causes the sticky bomb to explode automatically when a hostile is in range. That's pretty much all it does. You get to skip the step of detonating it yourself, which honestly I think is one of the best parts, because it takes away from the satisfaction of watching this guy struggle in fear with an explosive stuck to his chest. He has no idea when it's gonna blow up. You don't even know when it's gonna blow up, but you get to decide that.
Confirmed. Local power pack online.
Whoever just turned on the lights, you're either JTF or you're really fucking lost.
And so the second skill in the tech tree is called Turret. It's kind of cool for laying down extra suppressing fire, but later on in the game I find it tends to get destroyed really fast, and it usually just ends up being a wasted skill slot. The first mod it has is called Active Sensor, which will increase the turret's damage and cause it to pulse targets that it shoots, which is exactly like the pulse skill. It will highlight enemies in red so you can see them through walls and whatnot. The Dragon Breath mod is pretty self-explanatory. Your range is reduced and it then shoots a constant pillar of fire instead of bullets. The final mod is called Zapper, and I bet you can't guess what it does. You're wrong, it shocks enemies. It's pretty much like the Flashbang Sticky Bomb. The only difference between the blind debuff and the shock debuff is that you can't move while you're being shocked, where you can move when you're blind. Everything is just really hard to see.
You think you can follow directions? Because I'm gonna need your help.
Whatever assistance you need, we can handle it.
Good. Because I need some relay boxes.
And so the Seeker Mine is the last base skill in the tech tree, and it will seek out the closest hostile and explode on them. The first mod you can put on it is Air Burst, which will launch the mine into the air and rain down incendiary explosives on enemies below. But I find whenever I try to use this skill, nobody ever gets lit on fire. And in fact, I actually like the base Seeker Mine more than any of its modifications. It just does more flat damage that way. The second mod you can put on it is Gas Charger. This one's pretty fun. It makes the mine travel between multiple targets and releases a cloud of disorienting gas. It goes along with the Flashbang, Sticky Bomb, and the Shock Turret, where you'll actually have a full array of status effects you can pull out of your ass anytime you want, without having to waste your grenades. And finally, the Cluster mod will split the mine into a bunch of smaller mines that will seek out a bunch of different hostiles and do piddly little damage to all of them. I don't really like this one either, but you can use it if you want.
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your
It's all
position.
personal preference.
Son of a bitch. It's actually working. No more bleeding current into Lower Manhattan. A couple more hacks like that and we're in business.
And so I have mentioned before that the rioters tend to have a backpack on which contains all of their grenades and ammo, and when you shoot it, it explodes. Similarly, these guys, the cleaners, tend to have a gas can on their backs, which you can explode. It will then leak for a second
It was you, right?
and then explode.
I think someone might have heard you.
The grenade guys also have like a little pouch on their thigh. You can shoot that to make it explode as well. So when you are doing story missions and encounters, you earn supplies to upgrade the different wings of your home base, be it the medical wing, the security wing, or the technical wing. And there's 3 different types of upgrades you can buy for your base. The first type will unlock a base skill. The second type will unlock modifications for those skills. And then the last type will unlock talents, which they're basically just passive skills that you can equip. When you're level 30, you get about, you get 4 different talents you can equip. Some of the talents are pretty cool, like 50% of the time when you get a headshot, the bullet won't be consumed, or if you heal an ally, your cooldowns are increased by 10%. Lots of little random effects like that that can help round out your build. But at the same time, you can also make a build that really has nothing to do with the talents that it gives you at all. But there are more ways to get talents. Every high-end item or orange item will have a talent on it. And all of the different weapons will usually have 2 or 3 different talents or perks that you can get on them. They'll usually require you having a certain base stats like 2,000 firearms and 1,500 stamina to unlock this specific stat. Now if you are using a skill build on your character, you probably won't be able to access a lot of the different perks and talents that the guns have on them, since they usually will require firearms. That being said, a flat skill build isn't really that viable to play the entire game with. You can do it, but it will be a little hard, but it's also more fun in a way than just shooting everybody. But the best way is probably to go with a hybrid build where you have pretty much equal amounts of all 3 of them.
Activate power relay.
There we go. Hope you can see in the dark, because I need you in the control room to wrap this thing up.
Alright, and we are at the boss area now.
Hey there. Hang on a sec.
And we haven't actually fought a boss quite like this one yet.
This thing is loud. Okay, getting to work in the control room now. Just want to give you a heads up. It's going to get real dark real fast. Can't get power to the base unless they do a reboot, so everything's going to shut down. What do you know? It's alive.
We do need to take out, I think, 3 waves of guys before the boss actually spawns, and he will come down an elevator on the left side of the room from where we entered. And the first wave does come from this little door behind the staircase over here. If you get on those boxes that cleaner is climbing on right now, you actually have a really good view of that door.
More of these guys? Really?
And most of the cleaners, like I said before, you want to keep your distance because most of them are short range. They're more effective at short range at least. Like we have those axe guys with the riot shields, they're clearly only effective at short range. The base guy right here, this flamethrower dude, they all have a flamethrower and a gun that they can switch between, but the flamethrower will literally like melt you so fast if you're within range of it.
Then it's cleanest. Not our fault.
I don't think the cleaners have any sort of sniper class in their faction there. Yeah, their only other guy is grenade guys, and they kind of have a gun, but obviously they're more focused on trying to rain death upon you. So this is Benchley, and unlike the normal flamethrower guys, his tank is actually, he actually has a couple tanks. One of them is hanging off the side to his right, and the other one is off the side to his left. Now if you shoot those tanks, it will do damage, but like the rest of the guys, you won't be able to explode that tank again. And I did actually activate incendiary bullets with this fight. Turns out he doesn't take fire damage at all, so that was a waste of time. I should have used explosive bullets, which would stagger him and do a little bit of AoE damage, and they probably would have been better at destroying the tank on the side of him there. I think I only blew one of them up. In the end, we do kill him no problem though, so...
Alright. Since the
Yeah, I'll wrap this video up. I'll leave in the cutscene there and the intel that we... I think we unlock a piece of intel for this mission.
Fuck this up. You can't help me with that, so.
No. No, we don't unlock any intel. It's just a video. Well, next video, next week, I guess, since it's the weekend now, I will be doing the Garment District side quests. And that is all.
Look, I don't do sentimental, but you got me out of a jam there, so thanks. I know you want more from me than just warm fuzzies for saving my sorry ass. Like getting this shithole up to par. Oh, government standard, I see. Nice to see they're still keeping the bar low enough that even roaches can walk right over it. You want quality? You go private. That's what I learned in Basra. Oh yeah. See, you can't just live on farts and good intentions. Power, water, all the bells and whistles. Not that you're the first one to try it. I hear a bunch of you people went missing when the shit hit the fan. Had some theories about that myself. My point is, when you're out there hooking up the city, poke around a bit, see what you can find out. Maybe the virus got him. Maybe the brutes got him. Maybe the city opened up its rotten core and swallowed him whole. I'd believe that. It's happened before. Fucking city got my wife. Miracle I'm still here, really. You know, they say a pessimist is a disillusioned romantic. Well, whoever said that's a fucking asshole. Go on, see what you can find out. I'll let you know which shit to hook up. Careful this fucking city doesn't eat you too.